The following unsettling recording was shared by a young man on his account Tanu. The story behind this recording goes as follows. The uploader states that his neighbors had moved out of the house in this video just a few weeks after moving in, and that ever since, really strange noises could be heard coming out of the house in the midst of night. And this particular night, they could hear these eerie noises again, and they started filming. Let's take a look.
Mira, está la baño ahí, está la baño. No hay alguien ahí.
Pasa.
Pero no hay alguien, no hay nadie.
Mira, tranquilo.
Pero si quiero grabar,
No, espérate, dejo que. Sí, somos la mano.
Oye, si movimos, Aníbal, movimos todo, ¿no?
O sea, yo le pego unos palos a la cama, pero no moví.
No hay manos de mujer.
¿No?
De hombre.
¿De hombre?
Sí.
Pero ¿cómo si me subimos?
Era mujer, las cejas las
No.
tenía, era-
Tienes que hacer una investigación, pues te toca.
Habíamos entrado y no había nadie.
Mira, ahí está, en la esquina.
¿Dónde?
No, si no está.
Quedó la mano marcado.
Pero se ve como una sombra así. Uy, ahí está.
No. Ahí está, mira. Ahí está, mira.
¡Hola!
¡Qué chico madre!
¡Hola! ¡Muecha la cara! ¡Muéchala!
¡Oh, qué chico madre! Mira, ahí está, mira.
¡Eso!
Ahí está, mira.
¡Muéchate! ¡Eso es! ¿La viste?
¿Le viste, hermano? Mira.
Muéstrate.
Mira, ahí
está, mira.
Mira cómo se esconde.
A chilling silhouette appeared through the window, but what's most striking is that the witnesses claim to have seen the appearance of a child after this. This is a chilling thought, because some people say that if an entity takes the form of a child, it's more likely to be a malevolent entity from the lower astral plane. It is said that they try to gain trust and not to raise suspicion. So you can imagine what the family that lived in this house might have seen, and which might have been the reason for their sudden escape. Who can say for sure what's going on in this abandoned house, though? Now to another creepy video captured by a young group of friends. The story goes that they were staying inside a cabin in the vicinity of a forest in Michigan. It's around 2 in the morning when we see a few of the group getting nervous after an unexplained power outage, which left them in pitch dark. Fortunately, they had flashlights, and this is where one of the young men decided to record.
It's a
dude.
simple piece of machinery.
Is it recording?
Just press
Okay,
the
guys, come on.
button. Okay.
It's recording. Finally. Shh. Welcome to our scary movie. I'm here with Megan. And this is Susan.
Hi.
They tried to lighten the mood by laughing this event off at first, but they were all alone in the midst of a forest in the middle of nowhere. So, who knows what exactly was waiting for them in the dark? Let's see.
That was not cool.
We're not that stupid.
No, seriously, guys, I saw something outside.
Where?
I don't know.
Dude,
That's not
I'm definitely not seeing anything out here. Made it. Where is that? Did you hear that? I see.
Okay, there it is. There it is. See that?
What was that? Who's that?
See that?
Oh my god, okay, I'm scared, guys.
Where did it go?
I don't know, I didn't see it.
What the hell is that? Okay, what the hell is that?
Where'd it go?
There it is. There it is.
Where'd it
See
go?
it?
Where'd it go?
Something right there. I see it.
What is that?
What is that? What is that?
I don't know. Shh. Oh my god.
Call the cops.
No.
What are you gonna do?
No.
Suddenly, they see something odd through one of the windows. Something was running past. And the camera captured someone running outside unexpectedly. After approaching and opening the window, whatever it was appeared behind a bush, and we come eye to eye with a scary looking visage with glowing eyes. There's no more information about what might have happened afterwards. In fact, this was the last recording that was shared on their channel. I suppose we can all just speculate what was captured here that night, but it was pretty eerie. Now we're delving into a bone-chilling incident that occurred on August 4th. Two friends on a daring mission to explore a church that's been the talk of town. Many locals and neighbors have kept their distance, and for good reason. The chapel had been sealed off. Shrouded in mystery, speculations ran wild about the weird occurrences inside. Even the local priest transferred to another church, leaving behind only vague explanations. 3 months had passed since the chapel's closure, and curiosity got the best of the two friends. They hatched a plan to break in and uncover its secrets, but little did they know this would prove to be a decision they'd regret.
It's like 3 months in.
Oh my god, yes. Okay. Let's go. Yep. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
There's a light on.
The light's the everlasting light. It's in every church. It's always supposed to be on. It's freezing, actually. Oh my god, it smells. Oh my god. I'm trying to step on. Boy. That was disgusting. What the? Let's go upstairs.
More.
Oh my god. These things are everywhere. It's cold as hell. No, I hear something.
Take care.
I heard something.
Get out.
I know you did too.
Yeah. swear.
As they gazed back at the playhouse, the door shut with an eerie force, and panic sets in. They run as fast as they can. No explanation for the door's movement, but it gets stranger. Before entering, they heard whispers, faint and haunting. Some say it sounds like people praying, or perhaps children whispering. Could that be so? The context fits, given the chapel's playroom. Another really odd sighting were insects littering the carpets, a morbid scene of worms and other bugs. What caused this unsettling phenomenon? The answers remain elusive. Did something otherworldly unfold in this old church? Or how else could we explain these encounters? The truth is just as mysterious as the whispers echoing in that chapel. The following was captured by a tourist who saw something quite eerie in the midst of the ocean. He was out on the beach that day and enjoying an early morning walk with a friend when something didn't seem right, and that's when he started recording.
¿Si los ven o soy yo nomás? ¿Si los ven? ¿Ven los espíritus caminando?
Veo varios.
Su madre. Qué playa tan más rara, ¿eh?
¡Ahí viene!
Ya las gaviotas ahí pasando.
¡Salvatore!
¡Corre, corre, corre! ¡Ay, ay, ay! ¿Dónde están?
For whatever reason, there seem to be several large apparitions walking in the open sea, which of course is impossible. Honestly, I was a bit confused, since I thought there was some form of pathway, but people stated that on another video, it's clearly visible that there's nowhere to walk on. Which is why many people believe this to be a paranormal event after all. It's pretty intriguing, isn't it? What do you think happened here? Now we want to take a look at another chilling case of a young man that's being haunted in his very own house. Imagine arriving home after a work and hearing a noise in the garage. As you investigate, you discover a strange object on the ground. When approaching it, you are met with something you simply have no explanation for.
Empiezo a grabar porque acabamos de llegar a la casa. Escuchamos un ruido fuerte, salimos, no hay nadie, pero vemos una bolsa. El perro está un poco inquieto. Un trapo, una bolsa que no estaba.
No hay nadie afuera.
Y no hay nadie afuera. Agárrame. Voy a ver qué es lo que es.
Y el perro estaba bien inquieto, bien chillón.
¿La agarré con la mano?
No, pues no.
Así.
A ver, espera. ¿Qué es eso?
Una carta.
¿Cómo hacer una carta? No, no es
Una foto. Con la cara rasgada.
no eres tú.
No.
No lo agarres con las manos.
Una cabeza de un juguete.
No, Angelo, eso es malo, güey. No puedes agarrar las cosas con las manos.
Hay huevo en eso, Liz. Hay huevo.
Qué asco, güey.
Una cadena.
No agarres nada. Nada más con un palito mueve.
¿Sabes qué me preocupa? Que está la niña y está esto acá.
Espérate, pues ya.
¿Qué es esto?
Es que sabes que eso es como
esto, Liz?
brujería o...
Es parte del muñeco.
A ver, voltealo. ¿Qué es un arete?
No.
No agarres nada, güey.
Rama sí tiene huevo.
Sácalo.
No, ¿sabes qué? Lo voy a quemar todo esto.
Sácalo.
Me preocupa por la niña. Ya vete para allá con la niña.
Many of his viewers stated that he should have never touched it with bare hands, because in doing so, he might have opened the door even wider to the world of the inexplicable.
Miren, empiezo a grabar porque van 3 noches seguidas que me venían en la puerta, pero especialmente el llavero, ahorita está quieto, pero se empieza a menear de la nada. Miren, 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 miren. Ahí como que se ve que se está, que se está empezando a menear y no hay aire, no hay nada. No me explico, o sea, me voy a parar.
What's really strange is that the audio seemed to malfunction as soon as the man got up and walked towards the door.
No puede ser aire porque la ventana está cerrada, entonces ya van días que me pasa lo mismo. No sé a qué se deba, pero hay veces que hasta la puerta me la menean. Ahorita ya se quedó quieto. Pero sí, de vez en cuando, no sé por qué, siempre a partir... Miren, 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 miren. A partir de las 12 como que me lo menean, ¿ya vieron? O sea, no hay aire. Miren, 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 miren. No hay aire ni nada. Me voy a parar otra vez a pararlo. Porque sí, son 3 noches seguidas las que está pasando esto. Entonces, no me da miedo ni nada, pero me intriga, o sea, ¿por qué antes no pasaba y ahorita empieza a pasar? Repito, no hay hilo, no hay no hay truco, no hay nada. Entonces aquí estoy solo, obviamente estoy en mi casa. No hay nada, entonces no sé qué
What's strange is that the activity had stopped for almost 6 months at this point. But this night, however, he heard some eerie noises from downstairs and had to soon realize that he wasn't out of the woods at all.
Después de 6 meses, estoy solo otra vez, empiezo a escuchar ruidos abajo. Qué raro está eso. Por eso es que empiezo a grabar. No sé si ustedes lograron escuchar algo, pero yo sí. Yo sí, y estoy solo en la casa. Ya habían sido 6 meses que no pasaba nada. Clarito lo escuché aquí abajo. Pero no. Creo que estaba cerrado. Voy a dejar todo prendido porque sí me está dando miedo esto. Y sigo escuchando ruidos. Voy de salida.
As he approached the refrigerator door, we can hear a strange moaning sound. And this was just the beginning.
Porque escuché ruidos en la parte de arriba del barandal. A ver si escuchen. Cierran y abren las puertas. La verdad que no quiero subir. El día de hoy no tengo nada de protección, no traje nada de protección y se siente el ambiente pesado. Como pueden ver, las puertas están cerradas. Y el que se abrió.
Some of his viewers noticed that as he climbed the stairs, the silhouette of a woman can be seen behind the shower door. And people speculate that this woman might have even been wearing a hospital gown. Pretty terrifying for sure. And it could not be explained how this sighting was possible. The case remains open, and we will take another look at it very soon, I'm sure of it. Imagine you find yourself alone riding a motorcycle through the forest. As you venture deeper, you become witness to scattered bones on the ground. This was the beginning of a creepy journey that Owen, a young man who enjoys adventurous motorcycle rides through mountains and forests, had to experience. It was during an afternoon, while he was riding through a forest, that he encountered the following.
This is where most people would turn around. If you turn around, you never get to see what's on the other side. That's where all the gold is waiting over there. Could be missing out what's on the other side. Hello?
Various obstacles began to hinder his path, tree trunks that, for some reason, were blocking the road. This was already pretty strange. Who would do something like this? And as Owen tried to remove the tree trunks, something odd happened. It seemed that Owen captured the cries of a person asking for help. And now it gets a bit strange. People commented that they believe this to have been the cries of a skinwalker to lure Owen towards them. This might also explain the barricaded pathway, but it's worth noting that after hearing that, Owen tried to convince himself that the sounds had been produced by a wild animal, which would be a reasonable response in my opinion. However, Owen didn't find the origin of these noises that day, and it took over a month before he returned to this area for another motorcycle adventure. And this is when the following was captured.
Oh god, bones are still here. I don't like this at all. Oh god, there's even more bones than last time. It's been a few months since I filmed the last video, because honestly I've just been too scared to come up here. Definitely a lot more overgrown than last time. I'm hoping that since it's been such a long time that I don't think anything will happen this time. I think that tree is actually gone. This road's been cleared. Looks like we've already passed it a while ago, but that tree is gone. Oh! It's just dark as hell in here. I'm probably gonna turn around soon. Oh, there's two ways. Holy dude, this trail goes on forever. It just got really quiet really fast. Yeah, that was my cue to go. That was my cue to leave.
This time, something was there, with him, just meters away from Owen, right as he arrived at the crossroads. A strange-looking creature that had noticed Owen's presence, and it seemed to stare directly at him. He decided to turn around and leave this site. What do you think this could have been? Do you believe he truly encountered a skinwalker? In this video, we are following the team of Mindseed TV into the supposedly haunted Wildwood Sanatorium, which is home to many ghost stories. The property owner is telling the team that many people see shadow figures in there, and that others are getting touched by those entities. Shortly after their arrival, they start the investigation after conducting a few interviews. They scout out the whole sanatorium, and it seems that the basement was the first area where something interesting was captured.
Let's see what's going on with this. Whoa, you hear that?
What?
You could probably hear it on your audio.
Certainly creepy. They make it back upstairs and take a look into the many former patients' rooms.
Like it. You leave here with all sorts.
What the?
The team believes that this might have been thrown by one of the younger spirits that is still residing in this old building. A wind breeze? Unlikely.
We have placed 4 static cameras throughout the house in just random various locations. Most of them we didn't see anything interesting on, but one of them, the one that we had aimed at the stairwell where the ball had initially fallen down, it captured some pretty interesting things.
And then, one of the static CCTV cameras can capture this sinister face peeking out of the darkness. Could this be a former patient? Maybe something more evil that is still existing in the depths of the basement? Whatever the answer, it's very nightmarish, and it's worth watching the rest of this investigation for sure. This video was captured by a young man who states that he was on a nightly stroll in his local forest. He says, although it can feel quite a bit creepy there at nights, especially since the area has no streetlights whatsoever, and the graveyard is located right next to this strip of forest. He never had seen anything strange before, but he tells us that he heard a weird whimpering noise that made him feel quite uneasy, and at this point he started recording and held the flashlight towards the noises. In his words, this thing just looked like a grey cloud that was floating towards him. Only after watching this video back at home, he had to realize that this was perhaps a spirit. Many think that it looks like a floating torso. So maybe it was a visiting spirit from the neighboring graveyard. This video was captured by Marco. The young man states that he's working the night shift in one of the local mines, and that ever since their company has started working on this project, he and his colleagues can always hear some inexplicable screams from inside the old and darkened tunnels. Some even swear to have seen strange things in there that didn't really make sense to them. This night, Marco wanted to record one of the most notorious areas of this mine for friends and family, and this is when he captured the following.
Muchos compañeros no querían estar ahí, decían que los asustaban mucho e incluso decían que veían gente dentro de ese polvorín abandonado.
Marco had no idea what this creepy creature was, and it startled him quite a bit. He showed the footage to his colleagues. this point, the team was pretty much certain that these mines indeed were haunted. I mean, what else could be going on here? Is this maybe an inexplicable being? Really hard to say. The next case was uploaded by Isaiah Harris to his very own profile. He stated that he was out hiking with his cousin the following night, when they thought to have seen something quite creepy in the distance, and then the following unfolded. Do you see that? Is this perhaps another person? Something semi-transparent? A ghost?
Dude.
Just wait.
Did you hear that? You didn't hear that. There's something under there. Bro. Dude, please don't go down there. Oh my gosh. Dude, hold on. Let me go first. Let me go first.
As one of the two men films into the sewer pipe, we can see the outlines of a strange person. Or is it a creature perhaps? It is hard to say if whatever we see here is wearing any clothes. And perhaps it is just a weirdo. But if not, what else could this be? Was it also responsible for those weird noises that could be heard? What do you think? Now we want to follow Korean ghost hunter and paranormal enthusiast Yan C1 to an abandoned house in which, based on his description, a tragedy took place many years ago. He's trying to contact the spirit of the person that was being held captive there for a long time. He places a box down right in front of the room where this apparently took place. In the back, we hear his spirit box. After a few minutes in, something seems to be happening. Unbeknownst to the young man, there seemed to be a transparent shape moving by, right behind him. Some think that this could have been a spirit that was roaming this area. Is this a possibility? What else could this have been? It certainly appears to be see-through. Well, whatever the answer, it is quite creepy. Now we are following Banyo Paranormal on one of his latest paranormal adventures. Today he made his way to an abandoned bunker in the middle of a local forest. He has visited many creepy places before, but this particular one gave him the creeps, he states. He also mentions that he has visited 2 times in the past, and besides really unusual noises from several of the abandoned rooms, he had a really strange feeling in general in there. But so far, he had nothing to prove that this place was actually haunted, or that any kind of activity is taking place down there. As he's making it through the empty and derelict corridors of this place, he starts to feel a bit uneasy.
Like, you know, you just can't explain it by anything. By anything. But No. Okay, that... I saw it moving and I just completely... Okay, so yeah, I just can't explain.
After deciding that it's time to leave this place, Banjo captures something rather unusual at the end of the corridor, but it appears that the young man didn't even notice.
There. I have to go for my stuff, so...
What looks to be a dark shadow is peering into the picture, but how is that possible? Given that the old ruins were empty at the time. At least this is what Banjo concludes after doing a complete walkthrough at first. Was there perhaps another visitor? It's really hard to make out any features on that thing. So, is it safe to assume that Banjo captured something paranormal here? It should be noted that it was his first and only capture of this thing down there. We'll keep our eyes open for any updates regarding his visit. The next video we will be taking a look at comes to us from El Payaso de la Toledo. El Payaso is a channel that visits all sorts of the most haunted locations and often catches really interesting paranormal evidence. In the latest video, they are exploring an abandoned hotel building in Mexico. At this hotel, there was a fire a while ago that forced the business to shut down and left the building in ruins. Today, the team is going in hopes to connect with some of the spirits of past residents that they believe might still be lurking around the premises. Once the team reaches the hotel, they try and reach out to the spirits verbally. From outside, something terrifying can be seen walking through the doorframe. A small shadow, like that of a child, is spotted making its way quickly across the room. This is not the only paranormal activity that the investigators caught that night. Later on, the group spots another possible spirit in one of the buildings.
¡Háblanos!
Mira! The shadow moves past so quickly, it's hard to say. But I would say it looks to be the spirit of either a child or a woman dressed in white. Do you believe this is the same entity that the team caught earlier? Or someone else that remains to wander the old hotel? Truly paranormal, or perhaps just lights and shadows? The following video was shared by user Beats by Richie. Richie is a young aspiring music producer and he mostly shares his creative work on his very own profile. Today, however, we want to check out a recording that Richie described as quite unusual and terrifying. The video was recorded one evening by his girlfriend and they both were spending the night watching movies and talking about life. The clip starts with Richie relaxing on the bed, and just a brief moment before the short video ends, this appears on video.
Damn, are you checking yourself out?
Come on.
Cock?
A creepy head is visible in the right top corner of the screen, a head of somebody that was not accounted for. It is safe to say that the two were spending the evening alone, so after seeing this, the couple suspected that they might have caught something from another plane, a ghost perhaps. What else could this have been? It does not look like an arm or a body part, making this sighting even more creepy. Do you think they captured something paranormal that night? The next clip was uploaded by user From Paranormal and was actually taken during a Facebook Live that occurred at Holocombe Church in the UK. The group of investigators mainly focuses on live events where they visit haunted locations and take viewers around in real time. In this episode, the team was exploring the cemetery outside the church when something catches the group's attention.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
A white mist seems to appear out of nowhere and briefly takes the shape of a human before vanishing. The event happened so fast that it would have been easy to miss. Luckily, the group had cameras to capture the sighting. There's no way this could have just been fog, given the density and the speed that the mist appears and then is gone again. So what could this be? And why the vaguely human shape? This is a graveyard after all, so there might certainly be some spirits lingering around. Let me know what you guys think.